Well, a very good afternoon, and thanks for clicking on to the Sunday edition of Vogan's North American Outlook. We have got a world of winter weather coming up over the coming days, folks. There's no question about that. The upcoming 7 days looks to be the coldest of the winter so far. Could be the coldest end to January since the 1970s, and we could see some surprise snowfall in unusual places over the next 72 hours. The ECMWF persistent on showing snow all the way down to the I-10 corridor, and we could be looking at an unprecedented snow situation for Texas into Louisiana. Of course, we've seen inch, 2, 3 inches of snow north of Houston into the Alexandria area of Louisiana a few days ago. We could be seeing a near repeat of that over the upcoming days as we see low pressure potentially developing along the Arctic boundary, which will, by the way, drop all the way to the Gulf Coast. But check out the ECMWF. Look at this here. Incredible scenario taking place from Texas all the way through the I-10 corridor. And that includes, of course, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and up into the Carolinas. And we are seeing a 3 to 6 inch corridor of snow right along the Carolina coast. So yeah, Savannah, Charleston, up into Wilmington, and we could be looking at a really significant snow event here, and yes, also including the North Florida area as well. This is a closer look at that, and just incredible stuff. This has been on the models. I've been showing you this for the past several days now, but the models now are starting to really hone in on this idea, and various media outlets are now starting to take a look at this more seriously now. But you can see here the overall scenario that will get us to this type of situation. Extremely cold air, of course. We've got the next Clipper system coming through the Dakotas into the Ohio Valley and the Northeast through the day tomorrow. That opens the door to some incredibly cold air, historic cold. How cold? Probably mid -20s in Minneapolis, potentially -20 around Chicago. So that is how cold we're talking about here. That Arctic air, as that Clipper system kicks off the coast, will drill all the way out into the Gulf of Mexico, setting up a boundary that will sit up right here. Of course, very cold air combined with moist and fairly warm air. We'll see an area of low pressure forming along this boundary here, and that will set the stage for the upcoming snow event here. By the time we skip out to 48 hours, which is into the day on Tuesday, you can see that boundary setting up. There's the greens indicating the moisture along the boundary. And of course, the thickness values are outstanding across, all the way down towards the mid-south. 498 thickness, 410, 422, 434. And of course, we're going to see a fight zone between warm and cold here. And it's where areas just north of that area of low pressure that forms is where we're going to see the snow. By the time we skip out to 72 hours, you can see here a lot of green here right along the Gulf Coast, Florida, and up the Carolina coast as well. Area of low pressure, by the way, is going to probably form either right on the coast or just slightly offshore. And it's this region right here, just in the north side of the low, is where we're going to see that swath of snow here, because cold air is going to be pushing south, bumping up against the north flank. Mild moist air is going to get pushed over top of that cold air, and of course, as the precipitation falls into that mile of very cold air, the lowest mile of the atmosphere, that's where we're going to see the transition to snow. We're also going to see a rain, freezing rain, sleet mix as well, probably right on the Gulf Coast, but we could see potentially snow right down to low levels. This is the temperatures by the time we get out to 06Z on Wednesday morning, and then just an incredible chart here. Temperatures down into the teens, down to Atlanta. Probably this would be your zero line right here. So this entire region here is below zero, and within that region we're talking about -10s, -20s, maybe even some -30s as well. So pretty remarkable stuff. This is the NAM, so this is the chart for the Southeast Snow event, and it is seeing it really from New Orleans, and look at that there. That is an incredible scenario there. It shows the bullseye of snow above all places, the Florida Panhandle. When do you ever see a chart like that? So pretty incredible stuff. That, of course, like I say, is the NAM model. This is 3-hour snowfall. This is through 72 hours. As for the GFS, well, it was very, very unexciting over the past few days. Look at it now. It's showing the snow heavy, you know, over a foot of snow around and just north of Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. We're talking about, an inch or so of snow right along the Alabama-Florida border. And of course, we're seeing a swath of, 4, 6, 8, 10 inches of snow, 12 inches of snow right along the North Carolina, South Carolina coastline. So just, an eye popper, if you want to call it that. In terms of temperatures, like I say, how cold are we actually going to get with this? A lot of media attention now, a lot of interest on this. This is for 12Z Tuesday. That there, by the way, is -28. There's the Minneapolis area right here. Could be looking at probably -24 to -26 in Minneapolis for a low on Tuesday morning after the temperature probably didn't get above -10, -12 on Monday afternoon. Chicago, we're probably talking about -20, I think. As for the Northeast, or should I say the Ohio Valley into the Northeast, we're talking about, according to this ECMWF model, -25 over really right around central Ohio here. We're talking about -28, -30 along the Indiana, Ohio, and the Kentucky border. So, it's just off the scale cold here. Historic cold. There's no question about that. As for Chicago, Philadelphia, models are back and forth between above and below zero. I think New York City could hit zero. It would be the first time since 1994. Right up and down the I-95 corridor, we're needing to watch out. Of course, we've got a southern snow system. Could cloud from that system push northwards? That, of course, would keep those temperatures down. But depending exactly on the track, how far north those clouds get, that will significantly depend on how cold we get over the northeast. A hell of a lot of cold coming over the next several days. It is by far the coldest spell, not only of this winter over the next 7 days, but also potentially since the late 1970s. So, hope you can check out markvoganweather.com. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you can sign up, give it a try. Bye for now.